Um, how old were you when you first got involved in entrepreneurship, youth issues, civic engagement, that stuff?
Um, I'd say that that's actually two different questions for me.
Yeah.
I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always had that entrepreneurial mindset and going out and taking action and trying to build something, whether it be very small things when I was young, lawn mowing and lawn care and all kinds of other small little businesses that I tried to start up, selling sandals and selling ping pong paddles, all kinds of things that when I was young. But after college, I really took my first entrepreneurial leap, which was a mobile marketing company hosting events at college campuses all around the country, and spent a good while doing that. Then moved on to into the education field. It wasn't quite in youth issues at that point, but I was doing corporate education and leadership development for big multinationals. So designing their training departments and figuring out how to efficiently and more effectively deliver training and and harness the power of your workforce. That's what got me into education. And then when I really sat back and thought about it, I did that for about 2 years, and then realized that what I really wanted to do was youth education. So that's where I really kind of took the step, laterally in the education world to go to youth-focused business. Started Startup Core with the express intent of trying to empower these other students to have these skills to be more effective at whatever they want to do. Because the way we look at it is the skills of an entrepreneur are absolutely universal. It's things like the personal skills that you have managing yourself, thinking through critical issues, your interpersonal skills, how you communicate, leadership, conflict resolution, and then critical thinking, where you actually solve problems, you understand the issues that you're facing, and all those skills are really universal and will make you better at whatever you do. We just happen to teach it in the context of business, and we think it's a great forum to actually apply those skills because you have a lot of control over a lot of factors. So that was kind of the motivation that, given my background and then realizing what my interests truly were after spending years not doing that, I decided to move into the youth movement side.
And you've touched on this next question a little bit, but what inspired you to take action in the first place? What was the moment? Was there a moment that you decided that Startup Core was going to happen, or what happened?
Yeah. So it actually was, this time when I had been spending some, significant time kind of thinking and reflecting on what I really wanted to do with my life. I mean, it had come to the point where I had, been working for a couple years and realized I wanted to develop an expertise in something and, focus my energy on something I was really passionate about. And the actual aha, that moment itself was so obvious, it didn't even make sense to me why I hadn't thought of it before, but it was, how about I just do exactly what I love and what I'm good at and what would make the world a better place? Like all three together, it should, to me what that is helping other people start businesses, because I love the thought process and the, all the questions that you need to answer when you're thinking through a business model. I love the concept of education. I was always impacted by, great educators and, mentors and coaches throughout my time. And then, this is something that didn't exist, and I really wish it would have. So it kind of just seemed really obvious when I really put it all together finally. So,
Yeah, no, that's great. What are some of the challenges that you see facing our youth today?
it's a good question.
Any?
I would say there's a couple things. One, I would say would be trying to develop the skill set that's going to make you really effective and be a powerful force in whatever the field that you're gonna take on or decide to ultimately enter, especially in the face of a big movement for standardized testing and learning, which I don't think meshes perfectly well. I think it's a different skill set that makes someone effective than some of the some of the things that are being emphasized today. So I think trying to find that balance and understanding which skills you really are consciously trying and need to develop is something that's difficult for youth, especially as they're just trying to figure out who they are. And then the other thing I would say is maybe the speed of progress today is both a challenge, but also a great opportunity. So, with, the development of technology and how fast we can communicate and how fast the world is evolving, it's important to stay on top of that and understand how that progress is moving and how you fit into that as an individual and how you contribute to that. Though, it's difficult. Yeah, and that's a great question too. I think the great part about, again, these entrepreneurial skill sets is they're very universal, and I think my answer would be the same whether you're involved in politics, entrepreneurship, your community, anything, is just go and do something. You'll learn more, you'll get plugged in, you'll meet great people. You just have to go start the process and do it. You can think a little bit, but progress isn't going to happen from the thinkers. It's going to happen from the doers. And that's just a really, really important first step. And as you go and do, you'll learn more and refine what your skill set is, where you can contribute, where you should contribute, and you'll just start to build a network that way, and that's where you'll become more effective.